published, 17:30 Eastern Standard Time, the 10th of January 2018, updated, 5:38 Eastern Standard Time, the 11th of January 2018. Tyson Fury has telephoned Anthony Joshua, challenging the newer world heavyweight champion to a super fight this April. "Hold your horses, Tyson," came the reply to the Gypsy King. Joshua wants Fury to regain his boxing license and provide visible evidence that he is fit to return after 2.5 years out of the ring. Then AJ would willingly accommodate his predecessor as WBA, IBF and Fringe Ibo title holder, but not until later this year. Anthony Joshua is prepared to fight Tyson Fury in 2018. According to promoter Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn explains in blunt terms why they will not abandon plans for a unification fight with rival WBO champion Joseph Parker in March, which is in the final throes of negotiation. "We simply cannot trust Tyson to turn up, ready for AJ without proving himself in a comeback fight," says Hearn. Fury tweeted that he has applied to the British Boxing Board of Control for reinstatement of his license, after being suspended for self-confessed cocaine abuse while suffering from severe clinical depression. But despite Fury's acceptance of a backdated 2-year suspension for allegedly failing an historic WADA drugs test, Board General Secretary Robert Smith says, the issue of a new license is a long way from happening. TYOSN has not responded to our request made before Christmas for him to come in for interview. Also, we would need to see his up-to-date medical records. Fury has been texting Joshua ahead of a potential all-British blockbuster later this year. "He is a young man and we would like to see him back in the ring, but our first concern is his well-being." By that he means mental as well as physical. A new trainer appears to have helped Fury shed some of his vast excess bulk, but Hearn says, he still has a lot to get off and we would have to see what shape he is in. "We can't predicate our next fight on the hope that Tyson will turn up fit. WADA cleared him a month ago and it worries me that he has still not applied for his license. What's he doing? By trying to get AJ straight away, he makes me think that he's scared he might stink the place out in a warm-up fight. And the problem with Tyson is that he rarely looks great." Joshua is expected to meet WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker in late March or April. I don't mean that in a bad way. He's very skillful, rangy, hard to hit and all that. But he will struggle to look good against anyone in his first fight after 2.5 years out. Perhaps that is what scares him, because if he looks bad it will knock, say, 10% off his value. That is a lot of money in a fight this big, and already his demand for a 60-40 financial split in his favor is not happening on my watch. So is he thinking, let's just dive in? We're not having that. He would have no chance at all of beating Joshua in his comeback fight. We would go as far as opening up talks in principle now for a potential fight later in the year. AJ would be quite generous about the money because he would like the fight, and it could even come sooner than the unification fight with Deontay Wilder. But although it would be a harder fight for Joshua later in the year, he wants to beat the very best Tyson Fury, not the one who looks overweight and like he hasn't fought for years. Fury, meanwhile, has not fought since he dethroned Vladimir Klitschko in November 2015. If he wants, we can give him a 2-fight deal and try to match the right opponent for the first one. No problem. Fury's haste may in fact be driven by the knowledge that he still holds the Ring Magazine World Heavyweight belt, but will be stripped of that, as he was the WBA, IBF and Ibo titles, if he does not sign by the end of this month for a definite fight. The likeliest scenario is that after fighting Parker, we should have him over from New Zealand for the press conference next week, says Hearn. Joshua will meet Wilder at Wembley Stadium in mid-summer. That would give Fury time to regain the condition in which he dethroned Vladimir Klitschko these long 2.5 years ago.